Hello there, and welcome to Four Downs. I'm Andrew Beaton alongside Chris Cusack, Nolan. Danny, Duke dismantled NC Central 54-17 last weekend with the inspirational return of Blair Holiday. Thoughts on the game?
Well, you mentioned Blair Holiday. What a wonderful ceremony before the game, a wonderful moment for both Blair and his mom, who were both in attendance. But from a football aspect, this game was awesome. I think this may have been the best Duke football game I've seen in person since I've been here at Duke. You talk about a wonderful performance on offense, defense, and special teams, where we scored in all three aspects for the first time since 2004 against Maryland. But you got to talk about Ross Cockrell in this game. I mean, he's already got 3 interceptions. That's one more than any other player had all of last season. He also leads the ACC in breakups for passes. I mean, that's pretty impressive as well. Cornerback of the week in the ACC. But I think moving forward, we're going to really have to improve that rushing game in order to keep winning.
Yeah, the running game against NC Central really didn't get going until the second half. And I think against Memphis, you have a line that really can't do anything on the defensive end. They don't have a sack all season, and Duke's really going to have an opportunity to establish the run early so they can get run-free to get passes farther downfield in the second half.
And the one thing that I think Duke really needs to think about in this game against Memphis is that just because they had such a dominant win against an FCS team in NC Central doesn't mean that they can overlook a team like Memphis, even if they are one of the worst teams in FBS. Last year, Duke lost to an FCS team in Richmond. The year before that, they lost to a poor Wake Forest team that had 2 other wins all season. The year before that, they lost to Richmond yet again. So Duke has a history of overlooking some opponents that they clearly should beat. And even though Duke looks like it's over the hump in that regard, by totally dismantling a team like NC Central, it's not their time to start looking ahead to ACC play by looking past Memphis in this week. All right, gentlemen, 4th down. Predictions. Let's start with you, Danny.
I think Memphis is a team that could potentially be good in the future, but they're not very good right now. I see this game ending 41-10. Offense still rolling, defense still rolling.
They're a better team than NC Central, but not by much. I see 49-14.
You know, the folks in Vegas, they see this being a high-scoring game, 62 points. I just don't think Memphis can do enough against the Duke defense. That's given up some big plays this year, but I just don't think they can do it in this one. 31-17 Duke. Anyway, thanks for stopping by on this edition of 4 Downs. For Danny Nolan, Chris Cusack, we'll see you next week.